Good morning, guys. I hope you're all doing fine. I have been unwell for the past 1 week, but right now I'm a little bit better. I'm under medication. This is the reason why I haven't posted any video for the last 1 week. I've been having malaria for the last 1 week, which is common here in the village. Especially our area is prone to a lot of malaria because of the warm weather. So it has really taken me down for a whole week. I haven't been able to do anything, but right now I'm feeling a little bit better. I can even walk around the farm and even the home and look around. And I think that's the reason why the government introduced malaria vaccine, especially for children under 2 years. Nowadays, children under 2 years, it is mandatory for them to receive malaria vaccine, especially in our area. I'm not sure about other areas that are not malaria. They're not prone to malaria, but here in our area, it is mandatory for children to receive malaria vaccine because the death rate was becoming too high, and the government felt like it was necessary to introduce now the vaccine. And I think most parents or people who do not have money or maybe ignorance assume if a child or if you have headache, probably it is just a normal headache, but most of the time headache and severe vomiting, most of the time it is malaria. But sometimes there are some symptoms, like on my side I rarely receive I rarely vomit, so that part of vomiting won't even come out. So my signs were joints, pain in my joints, and also a lot of headache. So that is when I went to the hospital, and it was malaria. And it is a disease that people assume, but it kills. Especially if you go to the hospitals and go and look at the statistics, the doctors will just tell you most of the parents bring their children here in the hospital when it's too late, when the level of malaria is too high. And sometimes it is not manageable even in the hospital. So that is the reason why the government had to introduce now the vaccine. But it is a good thing, especially if you know the symptoms early. It's necessary you just head straight to the hospital and get checked and take the medication. So I was just checking on the farm, and I saw this banana that was, there are several that had fallen because we have been receiving a lot of rain lately, and so most of the bananas were falling down because of the heavy winds. So but this one, I was lucky, it was still standing, and I felt like I would remove it because if I leave it now there, it will either fall or the birds will start eating it. So that is why I had to check it. And I was going around now the garden, and the spinach are really overwhelmed with a lot of rain. Spinach do not like a lot of rain, and that is why they are really suffering. And so I just wanted to remove a few leaves from them, then leave the others, and see if the rains continue. I know they won't be very nice. So I'm going just to check on also the kitchen garden and see how it's doing, and then take some rest. Sometimes if you sleep a lot, you become more sick. So I rest, and then I take some time outside on the sun, so that I can feel a little bit better. If you're watching this video or coming across this channel for the first time, my name is Haoma_KE, and if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, please subscribe to my YouTube channel so that you can experience exciting videos here in the village. And thank you guys for the love and support that you've shown me by watching my videos, liking my videos, and surprisingly sharing my videos. So thank you so much. I'm going to continue harvesting the spider plants. They are continue growing. I had harvested them earlier, but if you leave them more, they'll start flowering, and that will be the end of the spider plant. So I'll just continue harvest the spider plant and go and check now the farm later after I've rested a little bit. So continue watching this video and be blessed. So I've just come here to check also the cucumber. It's growing really fast, and I had put some climbers for them to climb, and so I'm just going to direct some that were hanging so that they can continue growing well. So they're really doing okay, which is very, very nice. We always say rain is a blessing, and it is very true. Having rain is a lot of blessing, and sometimes some plants do not like a lot of rain, and some plants love a lot of rain. So I'm just going to check on the coriander and pluck some. I've been harvesting every single day because coriander, you use it to cook in each and every food that you're cooking. So I'll be harvesting some that I'm going to use today, and also I'm going to harvest the spring onions. I want to cook some, prepare some samosa. Just as a few samosas, like 10, or less than 10. So I'm just going to harvest the spring onions. I harvest them every day, so you'll never see a crowded spring onion here in my farm, because I harvest every single day, and I do not uproot my spring onions. I just harvest by plucking. So I'm just going to harvest just a few, the ones that I'm going to use, and then I'm going to check now the farm and how it's doing, if there are pests that are attacking the maize or the beans. Surprisingly, the maize are doing really well. It's just 1 week and they're almost covering me. They're almost my height. The beans have started flowering, so which is also a good sign. I'm also going to check on top of the maize. This is where we find if there are diseases that are affecting the maize or not. So I'm just going to check if the pests have started attacking now the maize. Some of them have started being attacked, but the rains always assist us. When there's a lot of rain you'll find the pests will start dying. So I'm just going to leave them. I'll apply, we always pour ash on top of that. That is a natural way. I don't know if it is, and it always works, so I don't know if it is right or wrong. That is what we always do here in the village. We just pour ash where you see now the pests have started eating now the maize. That's what we always do, and it always works. So I'm just checking around to see how they are doing. They are very healthy. Also, the beans are doing very well. So I'll just let the beans finish flowering, and then I'm going to pour now the CAN, and then I'll first somebody will weed now the farm first, and then we'll pour the CAN so that now they start fruiting. Before the maize start fruiting, that's what you're supposed to do. But I'm going to let the beans to finish flowering first, and then I'll get someone now to weed again, and then pour some CAN. So this is another section which is also okay. It's doing also well. Now this section is where the birds did not eat the beans a lot. So there's so much beans on this section, which is also doing fine. So I'm just going to take some lunch and have some rest. So if you have watched this video till the end, thank you so much for the love and support. Thank you for always coming back to watch my videos. Be blessed, and see you in my next video when I will have fully recovered. But I had made other videos before I became sick, so I'm just going to post one or two videos that I had made before I became sick. So but thank you so much for always coming back to watch my videos. So see you in my next video. Bye bye.